this bite-sized learning video, I'm going to introduce you to a graphical tool that enables you to build applications very quickly. It's especially good at event-driven applications, such as the Internet of Things. NodeRED gives you the ability to rapidly create applications much quicker than is possible writing code. NodeRED is a web-based application development tool that runs on Node.js, so can be installed wherever Node.js will run, such as on your laptop or workstation, in cloud environments, and even on small devices such as the Raspberry Pi, BeagleBone, or Intel Edison. NodeRED is open source and is a project in the recently formed JS Foundation, which brings together a number of popular JavaScript projects under the common governance of a Linux Foundation project. To get started with NodeRED, you need to install it. So looking at the project website, you find instructions to get started. If you have a Node.js environment running on your workstation, you install NodeRED using the command shown here. I'm going to get an instance of NodeRED running on a cloud environment and also running it on my Raspberry Pi. From the NodeRED homepage, you see a button to deploy to the IBM Bluemix cloud. Simply pressing the button will take you through the steps to run NodeRED in the cloud. If you don't have a Bluemix account, you can sign up without needing to enter any credit card or other payment details to start a free trial. If you already have an account, log into it to continue the deployment. Once logged in, select the region, organization, and space you want to deploy in. If you've just signed up and not sure what these are, simply leave them as defaults and then hit the deploy button. This will deploy NodeRED to the cloud. Wait until the deploy has completed, and then you can use the View App button to access the editor. There's the obligatory Hello World sample flow running in the editor, and when you switch to the Debug tab and then fire an event, you'll see the flow running. There's a palette of nodes available with access to a number of input protocols and services. There are nodes to access social media, databases, analytics service. When you select a node in the palette, the documentation is displayed in the Info tab. NodeRED has an active community of developers with many hundred additional nodes available. The Flow section of the NodeRED website pulls together the available nodes. To install a new node, simply select the palette management option from the menu, move to the Install tab, then search for the node you want. So if I want a random number generating node, typing in random shows me the available nodes, then hitting the install button will install the node into my palette. Flows are created by dragging nodes from the palette and then connecting them up. Most nodes can be configured to customize the functionality of the node, and double-clicking a node opens up the configuration panel for that node. The node documentation in the info panel should tell you about the configuration options available. When you've created your flow, simply hit the deploy button to make it live. If you have a Raspberry Pi running the latest Raspbian image, then you have NodeRED already installed on your Raspberry Pi. To start it, simply go to the programming section of the menu and select NodeRED. If you're running without a graphical user interface, enter the command NodeRED start in a terminal window. NodeRED will start and you can access it using the browser. The URL is the IP address of your Raspberry Pi on port 1880. If using a browser running on the same Pi, you can use localhost or 127.0.0.1 as the address. On the Pi, you'll see there are some additional nodes in the palette specific to the Raspberry Pi. You can access and control the GPIO pins and also the SenseHat add-on board. So I've shown how to get NodeRED running on the cloud and on a Pi, but the documentation tells you how to run on different devices and in different cloud environments. So choose the option that you prefer, and you can see how easy it is to create applications using NodeRED. In future bite-sized learning videos, I'll be diving a little deeper into certain nodes and more advanced features of NodeRED.